Good afternoon and welcome to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Let's see how we can do this. I don't know if it will work, but we'll try anyways. We will try our best in any case. Just bear with me. I'm just testing the system out. I need to do something right quick here, because I want to make sure it works fine. I may simultaneously broadcast on TikTok. I'm debating it. Not too sure yet. I may do so, but I'm testing everything as I'm doing here because I want to make sure that everything is working. So, because it isn't doing what it's supposed to do at the minute. So, let us check. So let us see what is going to work here now. So, good afternoon. Let's check. I want to test it before I go too far ahead. I don't know what's happened. Can you hear me? Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I hope I am on the right place now. I hope you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Sorry for earlier on. The broadcast, the volume just wasn't going to work. You can hear me. Good afternoon and welcome back. Apologies. Olabode Ekine, thank you very much. Good afternoon for joining us. There's just been a major issue with the volume. The volume just would not come up. I kept trying to work it out, but I saw it out in the end. I was managed to resolve it. But before we go too far ahead, let us do something with what we've planned to do. We're gonna put this up. I need you to understand and really help us with this particular broadcast. We're gonna take some time to share it. Kode Oladayo, Olabode Ekine, welcome on board. And anybody else, please help us share the broadcast. We know that Facebook have been very, very difficult with our broadcast. They keep, for me, I don't know what it is with Facebook. They seem to be moving the goalpost, but we will continue with the broadcast nonetheless. We will continue with the broadcast nonetheless because we are trying to reach as many people, and we will stream it on Facebook directly afterwards. For some reason, we cannot able to do simultaneous broadcast. So for that reason, we want to talk about this broadcast as much as we can from this point of view. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Good afternoon and welcome once again. Apologies for the lateness in the broadcast. I was trying to do one or two things. And as I said, Facebook have been making things difficult. Please, one of the things that we want to do on this platform is to begin to speak up for something that is part of who we are. As Yoruba people, we need to understand that issue is part and parcel of our psyche, of ourself. Now, a lot of people will find this very difficult when I'm talking about this, but we need to talk about it in a light that is fair, that is balanced, that also helps us to be able to identify ourselves. Because the way issue has been portrayed by the by those who have made comments on issue has made those of us who are all of us who are Yoruba to run the other way away from issue. And issue is part and parcel of who we are. So let me give an example. I'll just read this to you. Issue is not Satan. And I state that again. Issue is not Satan, and we must not allow anybody to lie about our issue. It is not Satan. We must confront, expose, and debunk the lie that Yoruba God is the devil, as stated by the Christian Missionary Society, now Christian Mission Society. Christian Mission Society. It's a lie. Apologies for the misspelling of this society. It's just one C. So what we are doing is we need to challenge the lie. We need to confront these lies for ourselves. We need to make sure that we begin to actually speak truth to power. That's what we are known for on this platform. That's what you see as our text. Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power, and we will speak that truth to power in English and in any other language. Currently, we are only allowed to speak in English. We should. I don't see why. Yoruba language is spoken by over 300 million people around the world. Let me say that again. Yoruba language is spoken by 300 million people around the world. So why is it not part of already what Facebook is doing? Certainly, I can do translations. I do translations. I translate. I speak in English and I speak in Yoruba. So if there's anything that they want to know, we can do that for them. Or we can get more people to do that as the moderators to check the content of what we're saying in Yoruba language. Yoruba language is something new. It's older. Yoruba language is older than English language. It's older than the French. It's older than all those languages. Because as a people, we've been in existence in a place known as a Sharon in Ondo State for minimum of 13,000 years. So I'm just giving you context as to why we should really have Yoruba language as something that Facebook can and must allow to be spoken freely. Good afternoon and welcome, Omoge America. Thank you very much. Monday, Osarabo, welcome on board. Olajegede, welcome on board. I'm trying to tell as many people as possible. King Ojis, good afternoon. Welcome on board. You're watching the platform where we speak truth to power. The object of the day is to the main issue that we are trying to confront is the fact that there is this perception that has been allowed to pervade our Yoruba society, and that perception is that Eshu is Satan, and we should reject it completely. Eshu is not Satan, and we must confront and expose and debunk that lie, that Yoruba God is the devil, as stated by the Christian Missionary Society. Now, Christian Mission Society. It is a lie. Now, what we want to do, where the lies about Eshu came from is one thing we're going to do. Where did the lies about Eshu, where did those lies come from? Let us dig a little deeper and actually, because when we now know where the lies came from, at least we can now begin to now understand and be able to process it. Because many of us just accept the lie to be fact. But we need to understand where the lie came from. When somebody tells you that you are this, the issue is Satan, they are basing it on something that is not factual. And that is very important that we debunk that. So where are they basing it on? Where did that lie came from? Well, I'm here to tell you that lie did not materialize. There was before 1842. There was nowhere before 1842. There was nowhere where anybody in any text mentioned that Eshu is the devil. And keep in mind, the colonials weren't around. We were not colonized. As of 1841, the Yoruba people were not colonized. Yes, they were taking us as slaves and telling us abroad. Yes, they were going to, they were enslaving Yorubas and Igbos and everybody else. But before 1842, there was no, the word issue was not termed, was not made into Satan. Let me show you what I mean. Let us do something as I'm talking to you live on air now, and I'm going to make sure, I need you to help me with this. I like speaking with facts. So, expedition, 1940, Niger expedition. Let's go and type it. Type it in with me. Niger expedition. So, now, let us do this. Now, I want you to look at that for me. Look at this. So you will know that what I'm saying is true. That's why I'm trying to bring this to you. Niger expedition. So I want you to think yourself. I need you to think. I'm trying to break this down for you, but you need to understand. Niger expedition was formed by the British missionary. Listen to this now. Please hear me. The first time you will hear about Eshu being Satan is after the Niger expedition of 1841, mounted by the British missionary and activist group in 1841 and 1842. So the missionaries came with a plan. Are you following me? Are you following me? Please, I hope you understand. Please share this. We are here to debunk once and for all the attempt to say that issue is Satan. That did not come anywhere. There was no talk about issue being Satan before 1842. In 1841, a year before 1842, the British missionary activist groups came. You see that? They used 3 British iron steam vessels, Lokoja, Confluence, Nigeria, what is now Nigeria. The British government backed the effort to make treaties with native people and introduce Christianity. When we tell you that the first place, read this yourself. Look, I want you to read this yourself. When we tell you that the origins of the name Satan, issue is Satan, comes from Christianity, we are saying it from a place of knowledge and fact. This is the first time. This is the Niger expedition. You are seeing the Niger expedition. And in the Niger expedition, they came with British missionary. And the British government backed the effort to make treaties with the native people, introduce Christianity. Can you see? This is in 1840, June of 1840, but the expedition was in 1841. Please learn this. Before 1842, before 1840, in fact, there was no concept of issue being the Satan. Please, let us understand that. I want you to tell every single pastor must know this fact here and now. They must no longer be saying that issue is Satan, because you can see the basis upon which this lie began. It began under this lie. I hope you are understanding. When you are holding the Bible and you are believing in that Bible, I want you to know the Bible that they came to give you, they populated with lies. You have the evidence here. The British government backed the efforts to make the treaties with the native people introduce Christianity. You see that? So there you have the first place. You now know that Christianity is linked to the word Satan. That was the first place it came. The people who came to introduce Christianity, you can see it now. They are the ones who created that word, who linked the word Satan and our issue to make us turn away from issue. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Please share this broadcast. It is really important we understand this. We're trying to break this down because we have been brainwashed. The evidence is before you. The evidence is before you. So let us go and look into the section where they talked about let me see, the Christianity. I'm trying to see. Right. Okay. Now, I'm trying to find the names of the people who are involved. There is the 1841 Region of Niger expedition. I'm trying to find the churches. So the church, you could hear that the churches was there. The expedition to turning back. Please remember that they were saying they were going to bring Christianity. They were there to get us to become slaves to them mentally, because they realized that they could no longer carry on with slave trade as it was. So they changed they changed the game to take us mentally. That's what they're doing. That's what they were doing. So now, let me see. I'm trying to find the name here for you. 1 second, please. So you can see that it says here, the British government backed them to make the treaties with native people introduce Christianity. This is in 1841. Now let's fast forward to the next step of it now. In 1842 was when that claim for the claim that issue is Satan was made, and that was when that book, the book that they claim that Bishop Ajayi Crowther wrote, which was the language, the vocabulary of Yoruba language that was written in 1842. So it's just about a year after, immediately, very quickly after, they came with that lie. And that is the first time you will hear about issue being Satan. So we need to understand where the genesis of all of these lies began. Okay? We are here to debunk and to establish where the lies came from. Where that lie, that issue Satan, where it came from. That's what we're doing here. So, and you see here, okay, let me see. I'm trying to show you now. They even talked about Sierra Leone. So Sierra Leone was part of it. And you see, the man that became the bishop for Sierra Leone, his name is Owen Emmerich Vidal. So you see that the word Sierra Leone is here. You know, all of this is all Sierra Leone company. You see now that all our nations, they are all companies. Sierra Leone is a company. Nigeria is a company. You see, all of this is telling you what they were doing. You know, the Niger company as well. All of that is telling you this key information. So let's go forward a bit more. I'm going to just check something quickly here. I want to look at and reference the point where they mention the Christians on this journey. So, okay. So you see this now? Now, there you go. Samuel Ajayi Crowther. You see that? I tell you that the first place that the word issue and Satan came from is from the 1842. That's when they lied and said Ajayi Crowther wrote this book called the vocabulary of Yoruba language. He didn't. So I'm giving you information here, so you can see that the first time ever that you will see anything about that is what you see here. Let me just go into this and check something quickly. I'll come back. We'll come back to the other one here. So let me see. I just want to just show you something. So this is now you can see the connection, that it was from Christianity that decided to come and label issue as Satan. We, the people of Yoruba land, issue was never Satan. And don't forget, Satan is an English word. It is not a Yoruba word. There is no word for Satan in Yoruba. There isn't. That's why they say Satani. I'm trying to tell you so you understand what has been done here. Okay, let us go in here. So let us quickly read through what I will show you. We'll tell you the story about Bishop Ajayi Crowther. So it says here, Crowther was a freed slave from the coastal port by Royal Navy West African Squadron, which enforcing British ban against Atlantic slave trade. The liberated people were resettled in Sierra Leone. Ajayi adopted an English name, Samuel Crowther, and began his education in English. He adopted Christianity and also identified with Sierra Leone's then ascendant Creole ethnic group. He studied languages and was ordained as a minister in England. He later received a doctorate degree at Oxford University, prepared for Yoruba grammar translation of the Anglican Book of Common Prayer. You see that? So these were where the beginnings of why they were doing what they're doing. Before that, issue was not Satan. I'm trying to tell you the foundations. Yeah? So now, the Anglican Book, Common Prayer, translated into you see, Anglicanism is a Western Christian tradition that developed practice of liturgy in the identity of the Church of England following English Reformation, context of the Protestant Reformation in Europe. It's one of the largest branches of Christianity with around 110 million adherents. Right, okay. I'm just giving you context. I'm trying to give you context so you understand what is going on. So, a quick biography. A grandson of King Abiodun, so he was a grandson of a king through his mother, Afala Ajayi, was around 12-year-old when his family was captured along with his entire village by Fulani slave traders again in March 1821 and sold to the Portuguese slave traders. His mother, Afala, who was later baptized with the name Hannah, toddler brother and other family members were among the captives. His father, Yemi, was most likely killed in the raid of his village or shortly afterwards. So you can see the story of Bishop Ajayi Crowther. I'm trying to give you context to everything I was doing. So this stuff here that they outlawed slave trade, listen, don't believe that. It's red herring. I'm not even going to read that. I'm not going there. So Captain Henry Lake, they freed the captives and took Ajayi to his hometown of Sierra Leone, where they were settled by local authorities. While in Sierra Leone, Crowther was cared for by a Anglican church missionary. Can you hear? Look, I need you to understand this. Whilst he was in captivity, while in Sierra Leone, when they freed him, the church cared for Ajayi Crowther, the Church Missionary Society. I need you to understand that point. And look at their logo. They are called the CMS. Okay? Please, we are trying to establish where that lie came from. It is very important to understand all of this. You see, I am here to tell you categorically now that it was Christianity that linked issue with Satan, and they have no such right. Satan is a word that is different from issue, and we will explain each of those words to you and their meaning in detail. So just stay with us on this broadcast. We will get there. Please share this broadcast. I hope you're watching. Share this broadcast, and we're going to restream it directly afterwards on YouTube as well, and we'll be doing more broadcasts about this. So you can see now. So Bishop Ajayi Crowther, when he was young, was cared for by the Anglican Church Missionary Society. You see, CMS. Remember those words, please. These are significant words. They are words of serious significance. He was taught English due to his remarkable intellect qualities. Ajayi was sent to school, and within a short time, he was able to read the Bible with ease. He converted to Christianity. He didn't convert to Christianity. They converted him to Christianity. That was where he was converted, in Sierra Leone. Okay? On 11th of December 1825, he was baptized by John Raban, naming himself after Samuel Crowther, vicar of Church Christ Newgate, London, and one of the pioneers. His name is Ajayi. You see that? Pioneers of the CMS. While in Freetown, Crowther became interested in languages. In 1826, he was taken to England to attend school for St. Mary's Church in Islington, where he established connection with free Africans in the 18th century and returned to Freetown in 1827. He was the first student admitted to newly opened Fure Bay College, an Anglican missionary school. Because of his interest in language, he studied Latin, Greek, and the classical curriculum, but also Teme of West Africa. After completing his studies, Crowther began teaching at the school. Crowther's missionary journey to Yoruba country, present-day Nigeria, began in 1841. You see what I'm talking about? Let me go back again. You need to understand the connection. Niger expedition. Let's go back again. Niger expedition. So we will just bear with me whilst I'm doing this. Niger expedition. Okay. We are going to do that, and then I'm going to just go back into it. I need you to really understand what is going on. So you now see now that he was taken by the British on this expedition, on the Niger expedition. That was why his name was on the Niger expedition. So you can see from his story, you can see now, I am telling you the roots. I am telling you the foundation of how Christianity labeled issue as Satan. This is the foundation. Before 1842, issue was never Satan. Satan is an English word. Issue is a Yoruba word. They are for two different things. We need to understand that. Every single pastor, every single imam must get this. They have lied on issue, and we are proving it as we go along. So you can see now, Crowder's missionary journey to Yoruba country, present-day Nigeria, began in 1841. On the 1841 Niger expedition, he represented the missionary arm of the Niger expedition. You see, alongside Reverend J.F. Sean, Crowder was ordained as a priest and selected for the CMS project in Yoruba mission on his second visit to England in 1843. After his brilliant account of expedition, rare qualities displayed in 1846, Crowder and Reverend Townsend opened CMS mission in Abeokuta during the 1854 Niger expedition. Crowder had a hand in the founding of the missions in Niger. So you see the foundation of this lie. Please keep in mind, Bishop Ajayi Crowder was a slave. So whatever they told him to do, the church were trying to use him to get many people to believe in Christianity. And one of the things they did was to lie about what issue was, to get people to turn away. He didn't write the words. I will tell you who wrote those words. That's where we are going to. So now you see the foundation now for how this lie began. This is the foundation. Before 1841, there was no debate. Issue was always issue. Once the Christian Missionary Society came on board, they were looking for ways to lie against issue, to make Yorubas turn against their own God and believe in Christianity. This is all this was about. Okay, so now let's go and look at the Niger. We've talked about the Niger expedition. We've talked about Samuel Ajayi Crowder. So let us now look a bit more about the translating. It says here, translating the book. Let me see. There is something that I want you to see here. Now, they said in 1843, his grammar book, which he began Book of Common Prayer, was published. A vocab. Now, a Book of Common. Follow later. Crowder also compiled. This is what I want you to look at. Look at this book. Now, I'm not too sure the exact date, but we will take their word for it. The book is saying it's 1852. I believe it's 1842, but it doesn't matter. The fact is, there is a book that you need to be aware of, and this is the book that you need to look at. A vocabulary of Yoruba language, including local proverbs, published in 1852. Okay, let us agree with that. Now, here is what, please share this broadcast. Now, here is what I want you to look at. I have a copy, I have a complete edition of that book. But what I want to do is I'm going to show you sections of it rather than show you the whole thing, because it's going to take a long time. It's over 300 or 400 pages long. But the key ones is what I want to show you here. Let us go into this, because we are going to establish what we need. Now we need to establish the lie that was told, and that is where it's very important that I'd like you to understand what's been done. So please, we maintain that issue is not Satan, and we're going to explain why. Okay. So that's Samuel Ajayi Crowder right there. They lied against him, you know. He was lied against, and in fact, we need to make sure that it's not, this was lied. They lied against him. He did not do this, what they said. He was used by the Christian Missionary Society. And as a former slave, he will always listen to what he was told. He was never really free, because he was released into their hands, and whatever they asked him to do, he would do, because he was a former slave. Now, here's what I want you to look at. Now, you see the book that we talked about earlier on that they said he wrote. Let us go into that. I want you to go back to this point. So you know, it says here, a vocabulary of Yoruba language. So can you see that? Let us take their word for it that it was written in 1852. I believe that I happen to think it was in 1842, but let us take their word for it. 1852. Now, let us now go back to. Let us take their word for it. Now, this is a vocabulary of the Yoruba language, as you saw in the Wikipedia. So it's not me writing this, that's what they wrote. Compiled by Reverend Samuel Ajayi Samuel Crowder, they said. And then let me zoom it in. So I want you to see that. You see? I need you to see that. I need you to see it better. I wanted you to see this properly. So now, you can see that they said it's compiled by him. So native missionary of the, remember the words I said before? Church Missionary Society. So you can see that he was working for the Church Missionary Society. He wasn't in control of anything. He was working for them. They told him to do this X, Y, and Z. He wasn't free to do anything. He was working for them. They were instructing his every move. Okay, now, look at this now. Introductory, together, and it says, together with introductory remarks by Reverend O.E. Vidal, M.A. Now, remember at the time, Reverend, he's a Reverend Samuel Crowder. Yeah? Now, Reverend O.E. Vidal was a bishop designate of Sierra Leone. Remember, all of his schooling and things was, some part of his schooling was in Sierra Leone before going to England and then coming back to Sierra Leone. This guy is his superior. O.E. Vidal is the superior to Samuel Ajayi Crowder. Please, I hope you're following. We're trying to break this down in a very, very clear, concise manner so that we understand the lie that has been told. We're exposing it in detail. So please remember that name, Reverend O.E. Vidal, M.A., Bishop Designate of Sierra Leone. So that means that he's more ranking, he has more power than Ajayi Crowder, who didn't do anything wrong. And I really need to make sure that we understand that no blame should be placed on Ajayi, because he was used as a pawn by those who are intent on making sure that we Yorubas turn away from our issue, our God. And I will tell you why I'm telling us that it's a God later on. But do hang with us. I want you to first expose where the lie came from. And of course, that book was printed in Sealy's Fleet Street, Hanover Square, London. Now, if the book was written by Samuel Ajayi Crowder, why was it necessary for that book to be taken to London? I'm just asking a simple question. If the book was written by Samuel Ajayi Crowder, why was it necessary for the book to be taken to London? Couldn't everything have been done, the printing and everything be done there? They took it. It means to you that the book, some of those books had already been written, and they simply put in bits of what they wanted into the complete book and then bring it over. We need to understand this is all game for them. The object for them is to get Yorubas to turn in their millions to Christianity and turn away from issue. That is the task that was before them. Remember, they said they were coming to the words in the expedition. The word in their own words, of course, in the expedition was introduce Christianity and promote increased trade. So they introduced Christianity. Did we, just like, I want you to think about it. You don't know when they said Mongo Park and everything else, that somebody discovering Niger, we were already there. We were already here. We have our own ways of life. Why are you trying to impose Christianity on people who don't even speak your language? There is a purpose behind it. It's to continue the enslavement of the mind of the people. This is what it's about. So I'm just trying to show you so that you understand that before 1841, Satan was no issue, was not Satan. The that is an English word. Satan is an English word that they used to corrupt our issue, to make us turn away from it. Okay, now, so let's go forward again. Let's go forward. Now, the next bit I want you to show you is, let me move back out. I want to show you the next bit now. This book here is a very damaging section, and then hopefully we can go forward. And now, there is a section I want to show you that that will become apparent later on. This is the one I want you to see. I need you to listen to this. I need you to listen to this, and you can see it on the screen. Perfect. You can see the words on the screen. I needed you to see it on the screen because up to now I've not really done a good job of showing it fully, but you can see it on the screen. And please share this. Rukayat Olaiton, welcome. Ikenna, welcome on board. Chide Ernest, welcome on board. Lucky Bosse, welcome on board. Look at this. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube as well. We are going to restream this on there, and I'll be doing more programs like this. Now, this is on section page 87 of the vocabulary of Yoruba language. Page 87. Page 87. So, let me show you what this means. Now, look at the words here, please. Look at those words. I want you to look at those words. It says issue, devil, Satan. This is in 1852. Let's take their word for it that they said 1852. Look at the words. I want you to really understand. Follow this, please. Show this to every single pastor that you may know of. Please, show this to all your pastors so that they need to wake up because they are asleep. And some of the pastors know this fact, I'm afraid. I was talking to somebody a few days ago. Oh, I need to send them something. One second. Let me do this. I'm going to do this. One second, please. Give me a minute if I can find it. How do I do this? 1 second. I need to get this information to somebody very quickly, but I don't know if it will let me do it as I was planning. 1 second, please. I need them to be aware of, and they can join me. And please do share this broadcast, please. Do share. Okay, let me just quickly do this. I'm just quickly going to do something because it's proving a bit difficult to get it out as I would normally do. But just give me a second. We're gonna come and explain this in detail. Just give me a minute. We need this. Okay, good. Okay, let me do this now. Okay, do this here. Fantastic. Yeah, good. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and I'll share it to everybody as well. I know I didn't. Good afternoon, bro. I'm currently live, so I'm just trying to send it to somebody, and they can chip in and say a few things if they want. We'll see. So there we go. So we got that there. Now the next thing to do is to, of course, go ahead and continue to talk about this. I'm going to share it to other platforms as well because I need you to all be able to. I should have done that before, but sometimes when I'm doing the broadcast, I do get into it, and I'm like, I really just go for it. So I'm trying to tell as many people as possible about the broadcast, and we can share it among ourselves as well. So now let's go back again. Now, yeah, okay, we will proceed now. We will proceed. Please do share this broadcast now. Please, I need you to look at these words here and understand them. Look at the words here. It says issue, devil, Satan. There is nowhere, I repeat, there is nowhere that issue or devil or Satan is on the same line, and there is no justification that they can put down that they will come and say, oh, issue is the devil, is a Satan. It is just wrong. It is simply wrong. It is very, very wrong, because issue is a Yoruba God. The devil is something of a evil that the Christians recognize, and the other name for the devil, of course, is Satan. That is not a god to the Yoruba people. The devil or the Satan is not a god to the Yoruba people. Eshu is a god to the Yoruba people. You see the clear difference now? That is what they've corrupted. Now let us go and look at what they did. So already, you said they put down Eshu is devil, is Satan. One word. That can never be correct. That is wrong. That is fraudulent. They came and lied. Now, here is the word that they used against Bishop Ajayi Crowther. He was told to write what issue was. And this is what he wrote in Yoruba. Eshu kò ní ìwà, meaning Eshu has no manners. Ako ilé rẹ̀ sí ìta, he takes his stuff in the house out. I am giving you the literal translation of the issue as he translated it. Please listen. Please listen. He said, Eshu kò ní ìwà, ako ilé rẹ̀ síta, which means Eshu has no manners. He takes the stuff from within his house and puts it outside. That's what he did. That's all he said. Now look at the translation of that word. Listen to my translation, like I did now. Now look at the translation that was put forward by Bishop Designate Owen Emmerich Vidal. Here is his translation, and I need you to pay close attention. Pay close attention, please. Pay close attention. I need you to pay close attention. Now, in taking that the words of Ajayi, they now told a complete lie. And Owen Emmerich Vidal said, as the devil has no kindliness, you see that? As the devil, what he should have said, if he was going to be even anywhere near close, would have said, as the issue has no kindliness disposition, his house is made for him in the street. So you can see that there is no way that you, from what they've done here, there is no way you can say that issue is Satan. There is no way. Because the translation of what Reverend Ajayi Crowther wrote, and what Owen Emmerich Vidal wrote are two different things. Ajayi Crowther is talking about issue. Owen Emmerich Vidal wants us to believe that issue, as from the minute he wrote devil, is now the devil. This is where the lie that issue is Satan came from in this book. Let me go back again. I'll come back and show you the page. That's why we're sure of it, that it was not in right. Look at the bottom of the book. I wanted to show you. Look at this. I need you to see that. You see that? They said 1852. So you see that before 1852, I think it's 1840 as well, but let us agree. This is the printed version that we can see, 1852. There was no issue. There was no linking of issue to Satan. There wasn't. You can see it on here. This book here contain this lie on page 87. Page 87. Now, let me show you what I mean. Look at the bottom of the page, because I'm not just saying it myself. I'm going to move. I want to zoom in. I need you to see that page 87. See that? That's page 87 right there of the book. You see? That's page 87 of that book. So please share this broadcast. Page 87. You see that? Now, so let's go back out again to the book that we're reading. So this is where the lie was told. And I will give you why I know that the book was not written by Ajayi, Reverend Ajayi Crowder, but they used him as a cover. One, to make us black people believe that if one of us believes in it, the others will follow. He was used as a face for Christianity, for us to come and join. That's all he was. It was used. He didn't write those words. Because like I said, if you look at the straight translation of what he wrote, Eshukoni Iwa, Ako Ile Resita, the words that he wrote there, Eshu has no manners, he takes his stuff from within his house outside. That doesn't make him Satan. That doesn't make him Satan. But you see, because many people have not read this information, they believe the lie that Eshu is Satan because of what the line that was written by Owen Emmerich Vidal, which he says, as the devil has no kindliness of disposition, his house is made for him in the street by itself. Again, even that of itself, does not make Eshu a Satan, if you are just to take the words. So the devil still remains the devil, Eshu remains Eshu. They are not the same entity. They are not. That is what we are talking about. Eshu remains Eshu, a god for Yoruba people. The devil is a devil, an evil, separate people completely. And this is where the damage was done to us. From 1852, I was thinking is 18, so let's say 173 years then in that case then. For 173 years we've been lied to. Let's just say on the basis of this book. And I happen to believe there's something that is a few years back. Let me see if I can, I'm trying to get some information as much as I can on this information, on this to you. Let me take this out. Now I know that people probably won't like us doing this, but we speak truth to power on the platform. That's all we do. And you can see that we are breaking this down. We're not just coming here to tell you stories and say, oh, this and that, and and this and the other. We come with facts. We come with facts and evidence to show you indisputably, irrefutably, that Eshu is not Satan. And we need to really make sure we begin to really share this kind of information, because we've been mentally destroyed by this lie. We have all collectively been mentally destroyed by this lie. This lie that was told to make us turn away from Eshu, our God, our Yoruba God, to turn towards Christianity, that of the foreigners who are there to enslave our minds. I'm sorry, that is the reality of the situation we were placed in. Okay? I'm not saying it out of anger. I'm just saying that is what was done. This was what was done. It's not a question of maybe happenstance. This was a deliberate act. One that we need to acknowledge to ourselves, because the lie was done to ensure that we would turn away from Eshu. So please keep in mind, the words that you see on this page, they confirm the lie that Eshu. They confirm that lie. What they wrote here, the words here, it confirms why Eshu is not Satan. It confirms why Eshu is not Satan. Because you cannot tell us that because somebody isn't kind or has, I'm just saying, and that is not the trait for Eshu. You will see later on the traits that how issue is our God, and what it represents and all that. We're going to discuss that, but we needed to start from here first. We needed to start from here. So issue is not the devil, because the words that they use here, it is way too simplistic, and it is full of conjecture. It isn't giving you the basis. Those who are pastors, who are imams, need to understand that this is the genesis for the word that issue is Satan. This is where the lie came from. This is where the lie came from. In that book, the vocabulary for Yoruba language. And what is more, it wasn't written by this man here. It wasn't written by Reverend Bishop Ajayi, Reverend Ajayi Crowther. It wasn't written by him. They used him. Now, who wrote the book? Who wrote that book actually? It was written by Owen Emmerich Vidal. Does that name look familiar to you? Does that name look familiar to you? Does that name look familiar? Owen Emmerich Vidal. Yes, it is familiar. You know why? Let's go and look at this. Because, hey presto, there's the bishop designate, Reverend Owen Eric Vidal. Can you see that? Because the books now on Amazon was being sold. And I have a picture. I've got receipts on that. I have a picture which I shared. Let me see if I can get you the picture again. I'm going to try and get you that picture. I have a picture that shows that lie that they told, that they were selling that picture on the making you. They were selling. They are still selling. They were selling until recently the lie that issue Satan contained in the book, the Yoruba, the vocabulary of Yoruba language. Let me show you. I'll quickly send that up, and I want you to pin that up as something that we can, as another evidence. Where is it? Not this one. Here we go. You will see it come up in a minute. I just want you to have that, and it's very important we have that. So, and that lie is still spread till today, is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Okay, let us go and do that now. Let us get that for you now. So, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do better than that. So, save as. So, you will see it come up shortly in that same list. Okay. Let me see. What's it called again? One second. One second. Okay, just give me a minute. So 1 minute. So now you will see it come up now in a minute. Okay. Now I want you to see it yourself. Okay. So now it should be coming up now. Okay. There you go. This is on Amazon. That book is on Amazon. The last time I checked a few days ago, it says the name Owen Eric Vidal. That's the point I'm trying to get you to understand. The name that is on the book is none other than Owen Eric Vidal. Let me move that down a touch. Can I move it down a touch? The name there, Owen Eric Vidal. So you know conclusively now that they used Ajayi, Reverend Ajayi Crowther, as a cover, so that we would, if we were to blame anybody, he would be the one who received the blame, not Owen Emmerich Vidal. I hope you're seeing the connection of what we're making so far. This very strong connection that we're making. I hope you can see that there are the connection. Now I know that Facebook is shadow banning us because there are more people than what is showing us. That Facebook is showing that there's only one person watching us, but there are more people who are joining the broadcast. It is very, very simple. People are not just coming and going. These are they're watching more than there are more people watching. So you can see that they have lied against against Ajayi, and we call on our God issue to welcome Ajayi back to our fold as a true Yoruba man. He had no other choice. He was put in an impossible position by the colonials and by the missionaries who used him to try to get his people to turn against Eshu. He was used. So that is what I wanted to say. So we should not blame him. You can see the evidence here. Owen Emmerich Vidal is taking credit for writing a vocabulary of the Yoruba language. That is why his name is on there. It is on Amazon as we speak. Now, what they've done is when you go into it on Amazon, they tend to suddenly see the name Reverend Bishop Ajayi, but there's no proceeds going to his family, for example. This family or people related to him are probably getting those benefits. So it's important to understand this point here. We are telling you, giving you the foundations of how they came up with a lie that Eshu is Satan. And that is why you should share this broadcast. Okay, so now, next thing. So I want to show you particular sections in the book that is a giveaway, telltale signs that they had ulterior motives. Now, let me show you. We're going to go back to the Niger expedition briefly. So, they said here, to introduce Christianity and promote increased trade. So, they are introducing Christianity and promoting trade. So, whatever it is that we're doing in our land is bad. We have to believe in them, and then we have to buy from them. So, stop whatever it is we're doing. Now, you can see the brainwashing has already started from here. Now, let us go back to, let's go to here. I need you to look at this page of one of the forward. It talks about something here. It says here, we refer to the valuable details on both these points contained in the very able article with which this work is enriched from the pen of one of the best living scholars in African languages, the Bishop Designate of Sierra Leone. Now, who is the Bishop Designate of Sierra Leone? I recall that somewhere. Let us go and find him. Let's go and find him. Reverend O.E. Vidal, Bishop Designate of Sierra Leone. So that proves to you that this book wasn't written by Ajayi Crowther. It wasn't. It was written by Reverend O.E. Vidal. And you've got the further proof of that by the book being sold even now on Amazon. You see it there. Good afternoon. Linguistic Nameka, thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome on board. So Rashidat Ilori, thank you very much. Those of you watching, I know there's more people watching, but Facebook are shadow banning. It doesn't matter. We will, we'll continue. Aminat Raji, welcome on board. Alai Wala Popola, thank you. Simon Shobawale, welcome on board. T Adelekon, welcome on board. Steve Wale, welcome. Akibwe Henry, Abdul Rahman, Italia Tella, welcome. Tokumbo Oluwa Yomi Joseph, Suleiman Ikaria Sunday, thank you. So what I'm showing you is that this is the book, and that's why I took a screenshot, so that this is on Amazon. You need to understand that. It's on Amazon. But you can see this is the man who wrote that. And that was the man the credit was being given to in that section. You see? So it says here, so like I said, from the pen of one of the best living scholars in African languages. So they don't consider Ajayi Crowther, an African, to be even, but they consider him one of the best. So that means that you see that how they view Ajayi Crowther is below this man, because why? He is not a slave. You get me? You getting me? Are you following me? You need to understand this. We have to understand what is going on here. Please do share this podcast. So, let's read on. So, the Bishop designate of Sierra Leone, whose first act upon entering his new see will thus associated with a measure of devotion among Yorubas in their own tongue of that sacred word. So you now know that they came to use the word to fool us to believe in the lies that they were peddling. They were peddling lies. And they were saying it in the book. You see now that issue is not Satan. You see why we say that issue is not Satan. I hope you can see it. Okay? Now, one more thing I want to show you as well. I'm going to show you something. Because now you see that they're trying to get us to believe in their sacred word. Because they've now put it in our language. But to do that, they had to put this vocabulary in and make us believe that issue is Satan. Even though they have nothing to do with issue. All they know is Satan, but they made us believe that our issue is their Satan. That's brainwashing, by the way. That is brainwashing. That's brainwashing. Okay. Okay, now. So we're going to go to the next bit. I'm trying to show you the next bit. Sorry. Now, I need you to listen to this bit. To make you understand that they were working for England. They were working for the colonials abroad. Keep in mind, this was to do with the Niger expedition and everything about selling Christianity, and bringing it to us to believe in it, and trade, so-called trade. This was not even trade. This was injustice. This remains an injustice. Look at this. They says here, the work is now sent forth with prayerful hope that it may do much in God's hand towards facilitating the progress of the gospel in a land which has peculiar claims on the efforts and sympathies of England. Please tell me, how does our land has peculiar claim on the efforts of England? England is somewhere else, on the other side, in Europe. We are in Africa, and they are on African land. Yet they want to impose, and they have imposed this Christianity on us through subterfuge, through lies. That is what you're seeing on the screen. Yomi Koka, welcome on board. Thank you very much for watching. Please do share this broadcast. Please, each and every one of you, as you're coming in, make sure you're sharing this broadcast. And of course, go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Help us grow the platform. I really appreciate you all. So you can see now that it said, the sympathies of England. And it is by the Church Missionary House. Church Missionary House. You see that? So everything that's been done to label issue Satan is from the Church Missionary Society. That the same church that brainwashed Ajayi Crowther. They are doing the same thing. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You can see that the church has no right to term issue Satan. They have no right. They have no right to term issue Satan. And that is what we're trying to really bring to your attention here. Okay, so let's go to the next bit. So you can see again, that's the book there. You can see that book. It is in the name of Owen Emmerich Vidal. So I hope we all now know that Eshu is not Satan. We've conclusively debunked that now, and you can show this to anybody. Share this to all your pastors. In fact, do me a favor. If you know of Pastor Oyedepo, Pastor Adeboye, Pastor Oyakilome, Ayo something, all of the pastors and the imams, send them this video. Send them this video. Let them learn about the history that they have not learned. Some of them know this, but they hide it. But send them the video. Now, so I believe we've done a lot of work in, this is why we're saying Eshu is not Satan. So let us go to the next thing now. Let us, 1 second please. Let me do something here. Now, we are going to go and look at what Eshu is to us Yorubas. And you can be, and by doing so, you will be able to compare and contrast how those loose, that flimsy translation has no meaning whatsoever on what Eshu is, and making you understand that Eshu is not Satan. Now let's go and look at it. So it says here, Eshu is a pivotal orisha irumole. Yeah, in fact, you see, in the Yoruba spirituality known as Isheshe, you understand, this is where the word Isheshe comes from. Eshu is a prominent primordial divinity, a delegated irumole sent by the Olodumare, who descended from Ikole, Orun, and the chief enforcer of the natural and divine laws. He is the deity in charge of law, enforcement, and orderliness. As the religion has spread around the world, the name of this Orisha has varied in different locations, but the belief remains similar. Listen to those words, right? That's the beginning of a definition of Eshu for you, right? Now let's go and look at what they wrote in their lie. Okay, let's go and look at it. Let us go and look at what they. I want to bring it because we need to remind ourselves. I forgot to. Oh, I took it away. Okay, I'll bring it back. No problem. I'll bring it back. Okay, so let us go back here. Okay, we'll do this. So now, remember what they wrote, yeah, about Eshu. This is what they wrote about Eshu in their book. Oh. I need you to understand. This is what they wrote about Eshu in their book. Okay? This is what they wrote. And we are going to put it side by side so you can see it. Okay? Now, this is what they wrote. You see? Now, it says, Eshu, devil, Satan. Eshu koniwa, ako ile resita. Now, which part of what they wrote there mentions that Eshu is a deity? I'd like to know. Which part of it? These are the words they wrote. That is Owen Emmerich Vidal. Which part of it reflects the fact that he is a divinity? He is the second in command to Oludumare. He is a man, enforcer of natural and divine laws. Please, I'd like to know. They say the words of Owen Emmerich Vidal were, and I repeat, as the devil has no kindliness disposition, his house is made for him in the street by itself. Now, this is the interpretation of Eshu. You see that there is no comparison. You see that Eshu is not Satan. You see already that whatever, just by what they wrote, it is a lie against Eshu, what they wrote. You see that? I hope you can see what we're showing you. This lie is in the book that is called The Vocabulary of Yoruba Language. This lie that Eshu is the devil. And when you look at how they translated Eshu kò ní ìwà. Eshu has no manners. His house is on the street. They said, as the devil has no kindliness, disposition, his house is made for him in the street. Has no bearing on what Eshu is. Are you following that? I hope you are following what we're showing you. So let's carry on with further interpretation of Eshu. We will leave that on the screen for you to, and we will reference this point to see if anything they say here matches anything on here. That's all we're going to do. Okay. The other names of the Irumole called Eshu includes Elejelu, Olulano, Obasin, Laarumo, Ajongolo, Ọba Ọ̀dàrà, Onílé Oríta, Ẹlẹ́gbàrà Ògo, Olóògùn Àjíṣà, Láàlú Ògiri Oko, Láàlú Bàrà Ẹlẹ́jọ, Láròyé Ẹ̀bọra tí jẹ látọ̀pà. You see, these are praises for Eshu. They've gone for a simplistic castigation of a thing that they know nothing about. Or they may know about, but they know that they cannot match, so they lie against it. Eshu is not Satan. Please, I keep saying that. Now, let's go ahead. Eshu is powerful, relevant, and ubiquitous to the extent of having every day of the 4-day ancient traditional Yoruba week as his day of worship. Ọjọ́ ọ̀sẹ̀. And then they say you is a Satan. Please read yourself. You can see it on the screen. You see? Now, unlike all other Erumoles and Orishas, primordial divinities and deified ancestors, Ọjọ́ gbogbo ní Teshu, Ọ̀dàrà. You see now that this definition is false, it's a fraud, it's a lie. You cannot say Eshu is Satan. We are breaking down what Eshu means to you. I encourage you all, we need to embrace and understand. We have been lied to using that Bible to blind us as Africans. That is the reality. We are holding it, we are putting a light to what the lies now, and it is now coming out to be a lie. It's confirmed as a lie. Okay? Let's go forward. Okay. The controversial cognomen, Abaniwa, Oroba, Orida, he who cares, creates problem for the innocent. Highly the complexity nature of the unpredictable called Eshu, Oba Ọ̀dàrà, who has abode across all strata of Yoruba society in general and spiritual communities in particular. Eshu is the personification of mischief. He's the one who teaches that there are two sides or more to every issue. He balanced and created directions. That is why it is called Eshu. It's so necessary to have an ordered life. You see that? Now, before you start going, oh, he creates problems and everything else, please, in the same God that the Christian God, he brings wrath on communities who fails to abide by things. Does that make him a bad God? I'm just asking. Does that make him a bad God? Just so if we're going to be comparing like for like, because I know people will be looking for those things. The point I'm making to you that Eshu is not Satan. Okay? It is not Satan. And we need to state that. Now, it says here, it says that Eshu is so necessary to have an ordered life. That is for we Yorubas. We're not asking, this does not relate to Europeans in Europe who believe in Satan and all of that. And this is many people don't understand. Satanism it's actually a practice in Europe, you know, and that is not the same thing as Eshu. It isn't. And we have to really understand that they cannot use that to now class us and call us in the same name. Two totally different things. They have no right to do so. Now, let's go ahead. According to Oluwo Aderemi Ifaolekpin Aderemi from Oyo Alaafin, to the criminally minded which celebrates wickedness, injustice, and immorality, ubiquitous, unrighteous people, Eshulalu is evil. Listen again. Listen. It says, To the criminally minded who celebrate wickedness, injustice, and immorality and unrighteous people, Eshulalu is evil and devilish. While Laroye Ajongolo Kunriode is an awesome, persuasive divinity to the pious and morally upright people who place a premium on justice and morality and good character. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Issue is not Satan. We need to challenge this to the end of our days. We must challenge this lie. Issue is not Satan. Let's read on. Thank you very much. So you see now that they've lied. I'm putting the lie next to it, and it is falling every single time. The lie is next to it, and the lie is collapsing like a pack of cards. You see that? Please share this broadcast. Share this broadcast. You won't get this kind of broadcast anywhere else. So take it or leave it. Please share it. Share this 100 times. Let me tell you, before I even go ahead and read this further, let me show you something, how damaging this lie has been. Let me go and show you something. I'm going to come back. I want to show you something very damaging. Damaging. Okay. Let's go back. And by the way, you see Church Missionary Society. That's their name on it. They are now called the Church Mission Society. They try to run away from what they did. We have a petition pending that we want to publicize. They are going to apologize. They are going to say that issue is not Satan. They will say it in front of the parliament in the UK. They will stand in front of the parliament in UK and retract the lie that they told that issue Satan. They must do so, and the parliament must also join in, because the parliament were the ones who sent the people to go and lie and twist our God. They must retract it. They must stand on by that parliament and tell the whole world that they were wrong. Issue is not Satan. Now let's go forward. I need to show you something. In one of their letters that they wrote at the forward, I need you to see something, to see how damaging this has been for us. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. I need you to do this. Listen to this now. Listen to this. And it says, and it is hoped that the present work containing near 3,000 vocables may do much settling a rich euphonious language spoken probably by 3 million of the African race, but till within the last 10 years never reduced to writing. So, what am I getting at? With the lie they told to 3 million people in 1852, that lie they told to 3 million people that made every Yoruba man be fearful of a shoe. Be fearful of a shoe. Yeah? Made us be fearful of a shoe. Has now impacted, I'm going to show you. Let's go live on the screen yourself. We're going to do that live. You will see it yourself. The current population of Yoruba people in Yoruba land right now. Yeah? In Nigeria. Sorry, I'm just saying Yoruba land. In Nigeria. Yeah? Okay. So, you can see that now. So, that lie that they told in 1852 was told to 3 million Yoruba people. I'm telling you that that same lie is believed by 42,600,000 Yoruba people right now. Now, do you see why you must share this thing far and wide? I hope you can see why you must share this far and wide. You see that without resolving this foundation, we cannot get Yoruba Nation. Because the lie they've told, they've turned us about against our God. Can you see? In 1852, they made 3 million believe that Eshu is Satan by force through lies. And that same lie pervades all our community in Yoruba land. If you mention Eshu in our land, people say, I rebuke you. Eshu, come out. Eshu this. Eshu. They have severely damaged our community. Psychologically, we've been damaged. Psychologically, we have collectively been damaged. And I believe that my Igbo friends have suffered similar fate as well. Our Igbo friends have suffered similar fate as well. You can see it. From 3 million, I want you to really factor this in. Okay, fine. Let me get this. From 3 million in 1852 that were forced to believe that Eshu is Satan, that figure has grown to the figure here. 42,600,000 as of 2020. Can you see that we've been lied to? I hope you're sharing this broadcast. If we are going to get Yoruba Nation or Biafra Nation, it has to start with connecting with our spirituality. It has to start with with fixing our spirituality. We've been damaged people. We are damaged by the lies they told. Many people are swearing Jesus Christ this, Jesus Christ that. But I am here to prove to you that the lie that they told that the issue is Satan has severely impacted our mental state of mind. That's a fact. You can see that I'm breaking this down to you piece by piece, line by line. Now, let us go the next step as well. I needed to show you something. What was it I was going to try and show you now? One second. What did I write down here? So yes. So we are looking at the definition of a shoe, because you know why we're doing that. I'm being logical about this. We need to break down everything, that all the lie in every sinew detail. Now, so we now know that 3 million is affected. Emeka Okpara, God bless you too, my brother. Please share the broadcast. So 3 million, and we don't even know how many more millions are affected in Yoruba land with the same lie. You know, so we need to share this broadcast. You must share this broadcast. We need to reach our people. Before we get Biafra Nation or Yoruba Nation, we start with our connecting to our issue. We must connect to it. It is our God. They lied. They lied against ours. That's the reality of what has happened. Now, so we are trying to, may the Most High bless you too, my brother. Nelson Iguodala, thank you very much. So now, let us go to the next step. Now, so from 3 million in 1852, 42,600,000 Yorubas believe that Eshu is Satan because of the lie in this book. We are exposing the lie. So we need to share this broadcast to reach as many of those 42 million around the world, because they have lied. They have lied. And the evidence is here. Okay, so let's go to the next step now. Like I said, the lie they told about Eshu Satan is contained in this book, and it's still being sold on Amazon. That is why they need to do a public apology. The Church Mission Society must come out and talk and apologize. Now, one more thing. I knew there was something I wanted to do. Let me show you something quickly. You need to connect and never forget that this church, yeah, Church Missionary Society in the olden days. We're going to do this for you. Right, okay. I need you to understand this. Many of us, when we heard about CMS in Lagos, CMS Grammar School, we were quick to rush to send our children to that church. Oh, sugar. What's going on here? Is it cold in here today? I put it on there, haven't I? Sorry. Okay, I think I have to wear something else. Beg your pardon. Did I not leave it here? Okay, I'm going to have to do something else. Sorry. I have to do something quickly here. It's a bit cold. So I don't want it to be a little bit cold in here. I don't know why it's doing that today, but I'm going to keep warm. So, okay, let's carry on. So, now, you need to understand that when you go to the missionary school, the CMS missionary school, you will believe that you are getting the best education. On the evidence I'm showing you now, you are giving the best lie possible. The best lie, which is to tell you that issue is Satan, to make you turn away from your own ancestral belief system using lies. Many people held, we all know, I'm sure each and every family knows somebody that went to CMS Grammar School, boys and girls. I am sure of it. Let me go and look at CMS Grammar School boys. Let's go and look at it. You see, look. So before we go to, so this is deep. What I'm saying here is so deep. CMS Grammar School, yeah, was started in 1859, Bariga. For decades, it was the main source of African clergymen and administrators. So what that means is that lie, which I'm going to show you on the screen, we're going to put it on the screen. That lie was permeated through every single level of that church to make us believe. One second. Here we go. I'm putting it on the screen to remind you. This is the lie they told. They said Eshu is devil, Satan, Eshu, Kuniwa, Akoile Resita, meaning Eshu has no manners. He sells his wares, his home on the street. Or puts it on the street. And then they say Eshu is devil. How? How can you, by that definition, that flimsy definition said Eshu is Satan? And those were sent. People were sent to CMS Grammar School boys, CMS Grammar School girls. This was the lie that they were pumping into each and every one of us. Are you following me? People were falling over themselves to go to these churches. You can see that they were peddling lies. That's the reality. They were, because we believed in that lie, they made us turn away from a God that was serving us. I want you to really consider that. Now let's go and look a bit more at the CMS boys, CMS girls. So CMS Grammar School Lagos, you can see that in Lagos State, the oldest for decades. So all this school that you see now, they've now believed, because that lie has been told for 173 years, since 1852. They've now believed that Eshu is Satan. And that is all, they include they are part of the 42 million strong Yoruba people who believe that Eshu is Satan. They have damaged our society. They have damaged our society to believe in that lie, to turn on what is part of us. I'm putting this up. Now let us go and look at the Church Mission Society again. This is the logo. It says here, preach the gospel to every creature. Church Missionary Society. Yeah. Now I need you to know that they also have they are now known as they are known as the Church Mission Society. So let's go and look at Church Mission Society. Let's go and look so that you can identify them now. Yes? If you are a member, if you are Yoruba or Igbo and you're a member of the Church Mission Society, please know that this is the lie that they told and they are benefiting from. Okay? So that's why I'm telling you this now. So, okay. So now, we're going to go to the new website, Church Mission Society, CMS. They still kept the same name, CMS. Yes, Onitsha. There you go. Exactly. So that means they've done the same thing. They've done the same thing, my brother, that they made you believe that what your God in Igbo land is your God in Igbo land is a Satan. They've done the same thing. This is deep. What has been done here is so deep. It is so deep. The damage that has been done to us is so deep. So deep. So now, I'm going to show you something. So today, they are called the Church Mission Society. But I need you to know that the beginnings of it is based on the lies that they told that to us, issue is Satan. And you look at this now, you think, oh, it's very, very nice. Let us do something at the back. I want to show you. They try to hide their past. They've tried to hide it. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Legacy or something, they call it something like that. Let's see. I was in there before. Unveil, donate, get involved. About. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see what they're going to say. See, all of this stuff. You see, the wealth of the church, it must also come from selling of that book. Remember that book? Let me bring you the book. Where is it? Here we are. Remember that book? The church are selling this lie and they are profiting on Amazon till today. The church that tells you that they are holy, they are selling a book that's peddling that issue is Satan, making more profit today. If you are a member of the Church Mission Society today, be aware that is what is happening. I need you to be aware. Okay, so let's go and look at I want to look at getting about, contact us, our people, impact, our impact. Oh, okay. You see now, can you see what they're trying to do again? They're trying to say all of this stuff, it is all lies. Don't believe in all that nonsense. That's a lie. Because in Africa, they told a lie against our God to make us turn away from our own God. They had no right to do so. We joined something of free will, not by being lied to and being told that our God is a Satan. That's brainwashing. So all of this is always to make you feel, oh, it's nice. Oh, bullshit. Sorry. It's bullshit. I'm sorry I shouldn't have said that. I do apologize. So they talk about pioneering mission training. Don't make me laugh. They talk about pioneering mission training, right? What is pioneering about this? This about you lying about my own God in Yoruba land and telling me that it's Satan. What is pioneering about that? I need to find you this thing here. So 1 second, please. Let me just see if I can find you the church mission. Let's go and look at the website. They will not talk about the legacy things. I'm trying to find the legacy things for you. Because when you try and go into it, they will not let you get there. They say they cannot, oh, we're working on it or something. Let me see. Let me see if they got legacy stuff here. I'm trying to see. Okay. I'm trying to. No, it's not going to show me. So anyway, I'm showing you that the CMS then is still alive and well now, and they still believe in that lie. That issue is, they're still peddling that lie. That's why they're selling the book. So we need to be aware of that. So if you're a black person, if you're a Yoruba man or Igbo man or an African, you need to be aware that the church is still peddling those lies all the way from 1852 till date. It's still being peddled. You see it on the screen here. In this book, they're stating that issue is Satan, and it isn't. Okay, so we're going to the definition of issue. I need you to look at something. Many of our leaders are fearful. They are fearful. I'm going to read you this line again. I need you to understand how dangerous what they've done to us is. This is the practitioner. According to Oluwo Aderemi, Ifaolekun Aderemi from Oyo Alaafin, to the criminally minded who celebrate wickedness, injustice, and immorality, and unrighteous people, Eshulalu is evil and devilish. Are you listening? Are you listening? If you do bad and you steal and you loot and you kill, Eshulalu is devilish to you, because you will be, Eshu will come for you, because you are not doing what? Can you see now? The flip side of a coin. If you do bad, he's going to come after you. But if you do good, like it says here, whilst Laroye Adongolo Okunrin Ode is an awesome, persuasive divinity to pious and morally upright people who place a premium on justice, morality, and good character. Now let me show you the lie again against this. Let us show you. I told you we're going to break down their lie piece by piece. Yes, we're going to do so. So, this is their lie. Yeah? I'm going to bring their lie up. I want you to see it yourself. We are bringing the lie up next to the truth. You see that it cannot stand. The lie has no leg to stand on. Our issue. If you do bad, it is evil and devilish against those who do bad. It will come at you for doing bad. There is no way. It has no mercy for you who are committing wickedness, injustice, immorality, and unrighteous people. So when you see somebody kill somebody or cut legs, issue is against it. You see it now. You need to spread this word. Issue is not evil. They've lied against issue. They have lied against issue. They said issue is devil, is Satan. Issue has no morals. Issue takes his stuff and sells on the street. All lies. And then they say as devil, issue is not devil. To people who carry out crime, wickedness, injustice, immorality, unrighteous people, issue will attack them mercilessly. He will attack them mercilessly. But if you are pious, morally upright, and place premium on justice, morality, and good character, issue will support you. Issue agbe wa o, ẹ bá wa ṣàṣẹ sí. Issue àṣẹ kí ni issue agbe wa. You see the lie? We need to expose this lie. Everybody watching this broadcast share. We are breaking down the lies they told about issue, piece by piece. Yes. Let's carry on. So, and the lie there, you can see it can never stand up to the truth. That issue is shining light. If you do good, issue is supporting you. If you do bad, it will come after you. Come up remorselessly. You see now that by turning away from something that is fair and justice and just, they brainwashed us to turn against something that is for the people of Yoruba land and Igbo people as well. I hope you are watching this. Every pastor, please share this broadcast to every single pastor watching this. And that is our issue. You see, all of this was taken away from us. This is going to be in the member of Irumole. This is probably in the British Museum. Caribe, issue carving by Caribe. You see? It's probably in the British Museum, member of Irumole. That's issue there. Can you see that? But they've taken all this away from us. We must claim it back through sharing the knowledge, the truthful knowledge of real issue. I am proud to say it. I'm proud to say I am an issue worshipper. I'm proud. Yes. On the evidence that you can see here, should I not be proud? Should I not be proud? I'm just asking. On the evidence that I will place before you, they tell you, oh, to run away from issue. You see what is written down? To the corrupt, the wicked, the immoral and unrighteous people, issue is evil and devilish. But to the upright, pious, morally upright people who place premium on justice, morality, and good character, issue is awesome, persuasive, and divine. Two sides of a coin. Issue is not evil. No way. Issue is not evil. Issue will show bad face. It will show a wicked, its wicked side to those who fail to be pious, morally upright, place premium on justice, morality, and good character. You can see the words. It's in English. It's in English. Issue is not Satan. Issue is not Satan. Please share this broadcast. Issue is not Satan. Help us share this broadcast to reach more people. This is very important. We've been brainwashed. The lie cannot stand next to the truth that issue represents. I'm saying again, the lie that they wrote in the book, the vocabulary of Yoruba language, cannot stand next to issue. The man that fights for those who are upright, morally upright, who are pious, and who put a premium on justice, morality, and good character. But it pursues remorselessly anybody that is immoral, unjust. So now you know, those who are cutting legs and arms and everything else, they are not doing the bidding of issue. Those who are involved in human rituals, they are not doing the bidding of issue. Issue will chase them. Issue will claim, will collect his revenge for their heinous act. You see now how they've twisted issue, and we are exposing the real issue for you to understand. You see that? I hope you are all seeing that. I hope you are all seeing that. I am a proud issue practitioner. When you know something is right, you just know. This is right. What we are doing there is to dispel the lies told about issue. Issue is not Satan. I'm stating that. And the evidence is before you. Let's proceed a bit more. Okay, so issue is the messenger not only of the Olodumare, but also of the other Irumoles and Orishas. He's also the intermediary between Ajoguns, evil spirits, to the Irumoles, Orishas, and the Dainyo, human beings. He is the one who distributes and also supervises the distribution of sacrifices able to the Ajoguns. So he has multiple roles. You see that? You can read this yourself. Eshu partially serves an alternate name to Elegua, the messenger of all Orishas, and that of the 256 path to Elegua. How can you tell me that Eshu is evil? We need to study our Eshu. We must reconnect as Yoruba people to Eshu rapidly. Our home must be all about Eshu. Our homes, we need to reconnect. The lies that they told is falling down. It can never stand against this truth that you're seeing on the screen. Please share this broadcast. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. As ever, subscribe to Citizen AY, hit the bell button, give us thumbs up. Help us reach more people. We are educating ourselves about our own past, our own issue, and how powerful it is and how beneficial it is to our existence on a daily basis. It supports pious, justice, morally upright people. And it opposes people who are corrupt, who are immoral, who are carrying out crimes against people, wickedness. It opposes it. That is what our issue represents. But those who came to lie to us didn't want us to know this. So they lied about it. They lied. We must get an open apology. Letters in the papers, video recordings in front of the parliament with the Church Mission Society and the parliament apologizing, because it was the parliament that sent the Church Mission Society to carry out this evil act against Yoruba people. 42.5 million of us now in Yoruba land now believe that issue is Satan because of the dastardly work done by the Church Missionary Society, now called Church Mission Society. But you can see it. We need to expose this. What part are you prepared to play in this task? You watching me, what part are you prepared to play in this task? The simplest thing you can do is to share this to 100 people as you're watching. Because this information has been hidden from all of us. And we are presenting it to you to wake us all up. Issue is not Satan. I say that again. Issue is not Satan. And we are showing you issue first, because even with their own hands, we thought we'll go by how they do it. We'll play by their rules. They put issue first and said it was devil. So I put out issue first. And as we are reading now, all of us can see that he's not devil. Now, when we finish issue, we will now go and read their devil and Satan. And we will see if what they describe there correlates with the word that they put on there, the English word. That's all we're doing. That's all. We're not here to abuse. We are just simply showing you what. We're going by their own rules. We're not even changing anything. By their own rules, they are being exposed. You follow? Okay. So now it says here, it is believed that issue of the Sheshe religion and is an Orisha similar to Elegua, but there are only 101 parts to issue according to Ocha, rather than 256 parts in Elegua according to Ifa. Issue is known as the father who gave birth to Oboni, and is also thought to be agile and always willing to rise to a challenge. Both Ocha and Ifa share same parts. However, Eshuaye is said to work closely with all Orisha, including Orisha Olokun, and is thought to walk on the shore of the beach. Eshubi is a stern and forceful avatar, appearing as both an old man and young boy who walked with Shango and Oya, the initial two Ibeji. And Eshubi protects both of those as well as other small children. Ishularoye is an avatar believed to be the champion of Oshun and believed to be one of the most important issues. And the avatar, here we go, the avatar of Ishularoye is thought to be talkative and small. Ishu is always in the middle of a divergent world forces. He controls, regulates the two extremes. The world of happiness and joy and fulfillment, as well as the arena of destruction, hopelessness, and sorrow. Issues always demand from those who give to give those demanded for it with the premises of sacrifices, rituals, and propitiation. He maintains the delicate balance of good and bad, just and unjust. He protects towns and villages, priests and priestess. Àwọn iléegun tí wọ́n ní èrè ìpàkọ́ and devotees of our woes against evil machinations. He always favors those that perform the necessary and appropriate sacrifices, ebos, and other forms of rituals. Ẹni tó bá rúbọ lèṣù ń gbé. Look. I'm simply overwhelmed by all this truth. I am overwhelmed by the truth that you see on the screen. I'm reading it myself. And I'm reading it, I am overwhelmed. And they've lied. I have to laugh. If not, I'm going to cry. Yeah. Yeah. Eshulalu is a bosom friend, working partner, confidant, and close associate of Orunmila Barami Agbomeregun, the one who practices and teaches Ifa, an esoteric language, Olodumare, containing divine messages of life through a very complex divinatory system, and who also teaches wisdom. Issue is not Satan. Issue is not Satan. I hope you can see it. Issue is not Satan. I hope you can see that we've exposed comprehensively the lies that issue Satan. And we've not even talked about what Satan is or the devil is. We will come to that because we're going to do it on this program. Let's go forward. Let me read again. So, issue is also in Brazil. You see, part of a lot of the stuff that they do with issue in Brazil, it is almost purer than what we do back home. Because some of them that went away, they hid this issue and all of these things from the eyes of the colonizers and the captives. So they were able to continue practicing in Brazil. So in Brazil, briefly, I want to show you that issue is not Satano. Issue is known by various forms of names in Brazil. They include Akeson, Alafia, Alaketo, Bara, or Vibara, Elegba, or Elegbara, Inan, Lalu, or Jelu, Laroye, Lombi, Lona, Odara, Odara, Olode, Tamenta, or Etamita, Tiriri. The most common form of praises of Eshu are Eshuagbo, the protector, the guardian of houses and territories. You see, protector and guardian and houses and terreros. Eshuelepo, the god of palm oil. Eshuino, god of fire. Eshuojise, a messenger god. I can go on. I think you get the picture. Issue is not Satan. Share this broadcast. Issue is not Satan. I do this in Jesus, in the name of Jesus. Issue must come out of you. You're blaspheming the God of your own ancestors. He is sent to protect you. Yoruba man, wake up. Wake up. Wake up, pastor. Wake up. It is in black and white. They came to lie to you, to trick you. That lie cannot stand against this truth. That is why I'm putting the lie up. I'm putting the lie up. So nobody can tell you otherwise. The lie is here. You see it. That lie. See, that lie is only a few lines. They've used it to take over the lives of 42,600,000 Yoruba people. Telling us issues Satan. And everything that you can see now is saying issues not Satan and can never be Satan. I hope you can see that, to my people. Please do share this podcast. It is very important that we wake up as Yoruba people. We've been lied to. I'm waiting for the feedback for the petition that we wrote to try and get, let me see if I can get this up to you guys. 1 second, please. Let me see if I can get this make sense to you. I don't want it to be, yeah. Okay. Show you briefly. We have a petition that is coming shortly, and we're trying to work on it. It says the petition, the Church Missionary Society withdraw the false claim that issue is devil. And they need to do this in front of the parliament in the UK here. We're waiting for the confirmation for us to continue to spread this petition. We need to reach 100,000 signatures. I'd like to think that we can do that. The signatures have to be all from British citizens. So every Yoruba person, every Igbo person, we need your help to get to 100,000. And your friends who happen to be Europeans, who believe that this lie must be exposed, they can sign it as well. They can. They can sign it as well. We need to do this work because they lied against our issue. Can you see that? The lie they told, we're exposing it. We're exposing that lie. We're exposing the lie, piece by piece. Piece by piece. Issue supports those who are upright, morally, correct, morally, who stand on the side of justice. But it turns against those who are corrupt. But the politicians in Nigeria, they don't want you to know that that is what issue does. So they keep telling you to turn away from issue. So because they don't want you to now pray to issue, because they know they will be got. You see what they've done. Please share this broadcast too. Please share this broadcast. So that petition is ongoing. We will give you further updates. I'm just waiting to see what the body about the petition is going to do, and if they're telling us how we can get there, how we can what's going to happen. So please share this broadcast. Please share this broadcast. We need you to help us share. I'm going to rebroadcast it in its entirety on YouTube as soon as I finish. Please go and subscribe to Season AY on YouTube. Hit notification button. Give us a thumbs up. You will not find this kind of information anywhere else because we do detailed research. We don't just come out and start screaming and shouting. We do detailed, deep-seated research and bring it out. And believe you me, it is not something of my own choosing. It is a calling that has been chosen for me by our ancestors, by Issue and others. I am just a messenger passing the message out with truthfulness at all times. I'm not interfering with the message. I'm giving it as it's coming, and you are getting it as it is. I'm not adding anything to it or taking anything from it. I'm leaving it as it is. You can judge for yourself how you can use this. But I want you to believe that and to know that Issue is not Satan. Based on the evidence of the work we're doing so far, Issue is not Satan. Okay, so now we will put the lie here. Now I'll bring this away for a minute. Now let's go and look at the devil, shall we? Shall we go and look at the devil? Yes, let's do so. Okay, now, Here is the devil. Again, according to the Wikipedia. They are both on Wikipedia, by the way. It's your friend. Google is your friend. You can always corroborate what I'm telling you. I'm not going to come here and tell you lies. You can confirm it yourself. Okay, let's go and look at devil. Now, we're going to bring back the lie again. It is interesting that they are talking about issue, but all the aspects of issue, of the devil, they hardly mention. So let's go and look at that. But they will come back and look at this and tell you. So it says here, devilish redirects from the uses. See devil disambiguation. A devil is the personification of evil as it conceived in various cultures and religions. It is seen as the objectification of a hostile and destructive force. Jeffrey Burton Russell states that the different conceptions of devil can be summed up as the principle of evil independent from God, an aspect of God, a created being turning evil, fallen angel, a symbol of human evil. Each tradition, culture, religion with the devil in its mythos offers different lens of manifestations of evil. The history of these perspectives intertwines with theology, mythology, psychiatry, art, literature, developing independently within each tradition. It occurs historically in many contexts and cultures and is given many different names. Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub, Mephistopheles, Iblis. It is portrayed as blue, black, or red. It is portrayed as having horns on its head, without horns, and so on. While the depictions of the devil are usually taken seriously, there are times when it is treated as less seriously. When, for example, devil figures are used in advertising on candy papers. None of this, you see, measures to a shoe. I don't know how you see it. There is no similarity between a shoe and this. Can you see? No similarity. None whatsoever. Pass this on to your pastors and imams around the world. Yeah. A shoe is not Satan. They just haven't done enough research. They've been led by the lies they were told by the Church Missionary Society, now called the Church Mission Society. They just haven't done enough research. That is all it is. We are doing the research for you, and we would like you to share this information. Yes. So, synopsis of the devil. I'm just showing you. Let me see. Definition. I'll give you other definition. Let's just see. Modern word, English word, devil derives from the Middle English word, English devil. You see? So now they are giving you their interpretation of devil. It's nothing to do with the shoe. You don't see any issue in this definition, though. You see it. Let's go and look at it a bit more. Middle English is a form of English language that was spoken after the Norman conquest of the 1066 until the late 15th century. The English language underwent distinct variations and developments following Old English periods. Scholarly opinions varied, but Oxford University. Now, says here, there's something that read here. William best something before. I can't read that. This is some old English way of writing. But suffice to say, the idea of what they call devil is from here. Nothing to do with a shoe whatsoever. Nothing. I'm just showing you. So you can see that you cannot even compare a shoe and devil or Satan. You can't. You can't. They are different things. They should not be. Those who did that were deliberate in destroying our psyche as Yoruba people, as Igbo people. That's the plain, honest fact. Plain, honest fact. Tony Osile, thank you very much. Ibikola Akibola, thank you very much. Akin Adonri, I hope I'm saying it right. Akin Adonri, welcome on board. Alago Samuel, welcome on board. So we are learning a lot of things here. And those of you who are on Oduduwa TV Radio, as you know, Facebook have said now that all our programs must be in English on whatever platform I'm in. On Oduduwa TV Radio, I can no longer speak in Yoruba. They need it to be in English so they can moderate it and know if we're saying things that is correct, and if not, they can. That's the premise. And they're planning to. They say in the future to add Yoruba as one of the languages that is allowed to be monetized. We don't know when that's gonna be, but it just seems to me a bit dodgy. But anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. That's just my take. What are your thoughts on it? So let's put that to one side. Now, let's go ahead. So, we are saying here, this in turn, the modern word devil derives from the Middle English devil, from the Old English devil, that in turn represents an early Germanic borrowing of Latin diabolus. This is in turn borrowed from the Greek diabolos, slanderer, from diabalen to slander, to across to balelin to hurl, probably akin to Sanskrit, Gurati, Sanskrit. He lifts up. Definitions. In the book, Devil Perceptions of Evil Antiquity to Primitive Christianity, Jeffrey Bourne Russell discusses various meanings of the difficulties and that are encountered when using the term devil. He does not claim to define the word in general sense, but he describes the limited use of he intends for the word in his book, limited in order to minimize this difficulty. For the sake of clarity in this book, Russell uses the word devil as a personification of evil found in variety of cultures, as opposed to word Satan, which he reserves specifically for the future of the Abrahamic figure of Abrahamic religions. So anyway, you can read that and look at the pictures depicted of devil. Look at that. Let us go and look at the pictures of issue. You see the picture of issue. There's no horns on the head, oh. There's no horns on the head, oh. Issue is not Satan. Issue is not Satan. So we can go on and read a bit more. You can read this for yourself. It's all on Wikipedia. These are all on Wikipedia. You can research it yourself. So you can see the pictures. The pictures here shows you their personification of the devil. Nothing to do with issue. None whatsoever. They lied. Christian Missionary Church, Christian Missionary Society lied. The Christian Mission Society lied against our issue to turn us away from it. That's the reality. That's the reality. Now, let's look a bit more. In the Baha'i faith, a malevolent superhuman entity such as devil or Satan is not believed to exist. These terms do, however, appear in Baha'i writings. And anyway, I'm just showing you. So, the fallen angel. So, again, nothing to do with issue. There is no mention in all their writings, in all the writings that you see on the screen, there is no mention or depiction of our issue. In their talk about devil or Satan, they are two separate things. You can see it on the screen. This is about a mind trick. They carried out a mind trick on us, using lies and subterfuge, cloak and dagger. Issue is not Satan. Issue is not the devil. I rebuke thee, issue. You can rebuke the devil. Issue is part of who you are. Issue is fair and just. Why are you rebuking what is fair and just? Because you don't understand what issue is. You only believed what they told you issue is. See key difference? You don't understand what issue is, but believe in what you are told issue is. Why don't you find out about issue yourself? Don't listen to the Bible. You go find out. Issue is part of who you are, of your own ancestors. Why not? What have you got to lose? After 173 years of lies, isn't it time we know the truth now? Now we're now seeing the truth now that issue actually protects communities, protects the righteous and the fair and the pious, and treats those who are unjust, those who are immoral, who commit criminal acts, treats them without remorse, mercilessly. The choice is yours, though. I could read on about Satan. But look at the picture, the depiction of Satan. You see, all of that, and devil, and all of that is depictions. Can you see that? Lucifer, all of that stuff. Satan, Satan is traditionally identified as a serpent who convinced Eve to eat forbidden food. Thus, Satan has often been depicted as a serpent. In the Bible, devil is identified as a dragon and also serpent. These are all things of European, ideas. We need to embrace what is ours, what our ancestors left us. It is totally different. Look at this. Look at this. Remember these words. To the criminally minded who celebrate wickedness, injustice, and immorality and unrighteous people. Eshulalu is evil and devilish to people who are bad. But to people who are good, he is awesome and a persuasive divinity. You see that? So when they tell you Eshu is devil, it's a lie. It's a lie. You see that? I hope you're all seeing this. I hope you're seeing this. So we have talked about where the lies came from. We have talked about the definition of Eshu. We've talked about the definition of Satan or devil. You see? We've also talked about the vocabulary of Yoruba language, where it came from, the mission, the Christian Missionary Society, the lies they've told. I'm probably going to stop the broadcast for now because it's quite overpowering. Even though I'm doing it, I know it, going through it myself. To know this truth is now out there. I need to sort of just let it sit and let everybody think about it. I want you to go away, to think about it, to share it. I'm going to put it on Oduduwa and Citizen AY on YouTube. Please go ahead. Subscribe. Hit the video button. Give us thumbs up. Help us grow the platform. The kind of information that we're sharing, you will rarely find anywhere else. We speak truth to power. I do believe that you will be no doubt that the truth you had today is truth that is life affirming, that is enlightening you to see, to open your eyes from the lies you've been told for years and years and years under the guise of this Christianity. I kid you not. Yeah, I think I want to just pause for a minute and just let it just sit. I'm probably going to come back and touch a few things. Leave comments. Please, if you're watching, go and subscribe to Season Ewa on YouTube. Help us grow the platform. There is a lot of work we need to do. For me, I really believe that we need to teach ourselves about Eshu. We need to know in our community how many Eshu shrines do we have in our community? Yes, how many? How many Eshu shrines are available in our community that are following the ethos that you see on the screen? How many? They're not that many at all. They're very few. In fact, some of them are done in secret because they've been so stigmatized. It's time for us to rebirth all of that. That's going to require you and I to begin to raise the level of knowledge in our communities. It's going to require it. So what say you? Are you willing to be part of this discussion and take collective action? Are you willing to really take this on board? Can you do that? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. You've been watching Citizen Ewa, the platform where we speak truth to power. There's one more thing I wanted to do. I think I showed you the logo. Yes, I've shown you the logo. So, it is now conclusively clear that issue is not Satan. Our issue is not Satan. Based on the evidence we put before you, issue is not Satan. Nobody should go to any church and have the name of issue on our lips. If you're having the name of issue on your lips, you are serving the God of those who are telling you their own version of Christianity that's actually serving the devil. Simple as that, because they are lying against issue. They're lying. I don't know how you say it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. And before I go, I need you to really understand something. This is this. To achieve Yoruba Nation, I firmly believe that our foundation must be strong. That foundation can only be strong once it is built on the foundation of our issue. We need to reconnect with that. I'm not saying we stop going for Yoruba Nation. I'm saying we need to now build that foundation in place. The issue foundation. In every community in Yoruba land, we need to have an issue shrine and start teaching about what the real issue. Issue does not support anybody that kills anybody, that commits any crime. All of this cultism. Issue doesn't support it. In fact, it comes at them. So we need to have issue in all our communities right now, because it brings order. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it at all. Never. Look at what it said. It says here. Okay. It had days of the week. Or just say. Now let me show you. It brings orderliness. Yeah. I'm just bringing you the 1 second. Where is it? I saw it before and I can't remember where it is now. Yeah, look. He is a deity in charge of law enforcement and orderliness. Is there order in Yoruba land right now? Is there order in Yoruba land right now? Is there orderliness in Yoruba land right now? Issue brings enforcement, law enforcement and orderliness. It is lacking in Yoruba land right now. An issue is missing. So that means issue must come back. Are you following me? It's on the screen. Issue is not Satan. Issue is not Satan. Okay? Once again, I say it. Issue is not Satan. Please share this broadcast. You, of course, have been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. As ever, please do share. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Give us thumbs up. And of course, we welcome stars if you give us stars. We know Facebook are playing with our broadcast. I'm going to go and speak to them directly afterwards on this, because what we're doing here, we're exposing the truths and we're only speaking truth to power. We're not abusing anybody. We are only speaking truth to power and exposing the lies and showing you the truth. The lie cannot stand up where the truth stands. The lie is always exposed where truth stands. That's why we say Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you found this informative. I hope you found that you learned something from it. Please do share. Be very, very clear. Issue is not Satan. We've proved it conclusively on this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. Please share, share, and share. We'll be bringing this broadcast to an end. Thank you for each and every one of you that's joined. Please endeavor to share this broadcast. Endeavor to share, share, and share. And leave comments. Thank you. I'll be back later on. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye for now.